Hello, everyone. Welcome to ACC 40 Sports Speed 40. I'm Richie Babb along with Frank Lapoli and Mickey Irving, and we're here to see the Great Bridge Wildcats take on the Kempsville Chiefs, and a few ranked wrestlers out here tonight, Frank.
Oh, man, it's too many to count. You got to take your shoes off and count on your toes. So many ranked wrestlers. That could be the story tonight. Not what the score is, but how these ranked wrestlers match up against each other. Number one against number two. There's a lot of ranked wrestlers. We talked to Robin Brinkley. He does the ranking for the Virginia Pilot and also does the ranking for the top teams in the area. We asked Robin Brinkley just what this match is all about, and this is what he had to say.
A lot of ranked wrestlers. That's the fun tonight. Not the team score so much. I think just the individual matchups. You got Danny DeReese coming back to wrestle against his ex-teammates. I guess he'll be going against Kostick, which we'll see. The one I really want to see, 52, again, just muscled Eason at Deep Creek and pinned him. Carlos hasn't lost since then. He's a proud kid with a lot of technique. That's going to be fun. Barlow and Kelly, they had a one-point match at Deep Creek. Probably be the same thing again. David Lupton has only lost once for Kempsville at 71. Last night, Billy Allred, one of the 71-pounders for Great Bridge, upset Paul Renato, who I had ranked number 3 from Indian River, but I understand Billy's not going to wrestle tonight. They're going to go with Frank Smith. So it would have been interesting to see if Billy could do it back-to-back.
I agree with Rob, and the matchups are big, but I tell you what, for Kempsville even to have a chance, a glimmer of hope, they got to win big at the first two weight classes. They got to win at 12, and then they've got to pull a few other. DeReese is a big win, but they got to win at the first two weight class. If Kempsville doesn't win the first two weight classes, the Chiefs could get scalped tonight.
I'll tell you what, and looking to do that scalping is the Great Bridge Wildcats. We talked to Stevie Martin a little earlier to see how he felt his team would do tonight.
This is a big one because it's an out-of-district matchup, and Kempsville's always tough. So we're looking to do our best. This is an important match to us.
This could be a match down the road in the dual meet championships.
It could be a match in the dual meet championships, and more importantly, we could see 3 or 4 of these individuals in the state finals. So it's important that we wrestle up to our ability level of this match.
But Stevie Martin and the Great Bridge Wildcats are not going to be out there alone, Mickey, out there with the Kempsville Chiefs here at home.
They are at home in their own building. Kempsville's got to like that. A lot of big matches. A lot could go either way. Like the one key, they are here at Kempsville tonight. This is what Tim had to say about their chances here tonight.
I think we have a lot on the line after this past week, and our guys are pretty pumped up about coming back and showing the people in the area and the people of Kempsville that we really do have a bunch of good guys out here.
Big matchup tonight. What's Kempsville got to do to win?
Well, I think there's several key matches tonight that can go either way. I think we're going to have to win big at 12. We had a close match at 19 at Deep Creek tournament. We need to win that match. DeReese coming in at 25. That's going to be a tough match. At 40, we got a newcomer in our lineup, Brian Palmer. We hope that he can come in there and handle the situation and be able to keep the match close. And we've got to win at 52. We've got to win at 60 and 71 and hope the other guys can stay away from getting pinned.
Tim Sproul and the Chiefs do have a plan to win tonight, and they're going to try to use it here at Kempsville. We're about ready to get underway. Let's go over to the table to Frank and Richie.
And here we are, everybody, live. We're not exactly live, but we are live here at Kempsville High School to see them take on the Great Bridge Wildcats. And Frank, not a bad crowd here tonight.
Oh, no, good crowd, and they're still rolling in. And this is the big one. As you can see, the introductions going out. That's a big match right there. That'll be a big one. That's going to be a big one for Kempsville. They've got to win this, and Kempsville's got to win this one here. But this will be the state champ against the third. Miller against Darnell. Number 1 against number 3 in the state last year.
Right.
Now, the area rankings, boy, we're loaded.
Kempsville has 4 ranked wrestlers here. Great Bridge has 9. We've already seen 2 of them. Sean Darnell at 103 right now. Taking a look at the top 10. Great Bridge in first place.
Great Bridge in first place. You see Cox is 6, Lake Taylor 7, Indian River 8, Norview 9, and First Colonial 10. These rankings complimentary of Robin Brinkley. Robin is the man in area wrestling. And here's the area rankings for Great Bridge. You can see Darnell comes in number 1. Miller is number 2 at 119. Perry's number 2. Labisha Costra's number 3 for Great Bridge at 25. Brian Jones number 1. Shannon Baines number 2. Look at that. every weight class, 3, 12, 19, 25, 30, 35, and then here we're rolling it over.
You can see, Frank, the big matches are highlighted here. 152, two ranked wrestlers. Carlos Easton of Great Bridge at number 1, Brad Ginn at number 2, and then Jamie Kelly and Rob Barlow at 160. Each of those ranked 1 and 2 respectively. Also, of course, Mark Strickland ranked number 1, David Lupton of Kempsville number 2, and the dumpster Jason Edmondson at heavyweight. He's number 1.
And you can see that was a pretty elite company. If you're number 3, baby, you better not show up.
That's just about right. The only wrestler that's ranked number 3 is Labisha Costick for Great Bridge at 125.
This now, I tell you what we're going to happen here is that these styles, the wrestling styles of this team in Kempsville are virtually identical. They're both schooled in the same style of wrestling, rolls, front headlocks, Turks. The difference is going to be the intensity that each guy goes out on the mat. And I believe Great Bridge is a lot more physical and a lot more seasoned. I believe they have 8 seniors in the lineup.
And as we said before, 9 ranked wrestlers for the Great Bridge Wildcats coming in here tonight.
There's the dumpster. He makes his appearance.
4 for Kempsville.
Yep. Edmondson's had a very good Virginia duels. Had registered 2 falls. 2 falls in the duels. And I know the duels are a thing in the past, but the national rankings just came out today, which is January 14th, and hey, to show you how good the duels were, Jefferson Township comes in number 1 in the country, number 2 Northampton with 11-0.
Hey, they really moved up. We talked about them all during the duels. They had a great couple matches over there.
Right, they sure did. They made their presence known. The Great Bridge stays in the top 10 at number 6. And Grundy is number 8 in the Virginia duels.
Let me ask you this, Frank. Did you think Great Bridge would drop that much? I mean, they were number 3 and they got beat by the number 1 team. Did you think they would drop that much?
Well, Stowe Jesuit had a good performance against them. I believe that's a good place for them right now, number 6. I think that's a fair, they can only go up. I think that's fair, and I believe after the performance that they've had, that's probably realistically what they are at this time. Now they can go up, and I expect them to go up how they win and by the points they win the matches by has a lot to it. But now the matter at hand, Darnell against Gorman.
Sean Darnell ranked number 1 in the area versus Chris Gorman here at 103. And you said, Frank, if Kempsville wants to have a chance, they need to win this one.
They got to win this one. They got to win this one, or if not, it's got to be very close. I tell you, it's fair to say that Gorman probably is the top 4 in the area at 103. Front headlock, great shot by our camera guys. And these styles, it's almost kind of like wrestling in a mirror. As you saw in the duels, those guys from Northampton and Jefferson Township just came right out after you and beat you up.
No points on the board yet.
Russian arm tie. You see that 2-on-1? A little try to get a little fireman's carry. It doesn't work there. Just kind of blocking off here. It's all a game of inches and positioning.
Gorman not letting Darnell do too much so far. And,
again, this is like wrestling in a mirror. There's a Russian tie to a sweep. They're both kind of coaching each other. I mean, what any coach would say would apply to both wrestlers.
Right.
Because, again, their styles are so similar.
And even physically, these two wrestlers are somewhat alike.
Gorman's really grown. He was just a little guy. He was had an excellent junior high career, and he's just a 10th grader against a senior. He's going to definitely make his mark. But right now, I see this as more up to Darnell to take the match to Gorman than Gorman to take the match to Darnell.
Right.
Well, duck and row, he almost overshot the move and put himself in a lot of trouble.
I'll tell you what we've seen so far here, Frank, is what we saw from Jefferson Township as earlier, or when they were in the duels. Good defensive wrestling here from Kempsville, not letting themselves get in positions to be controlled.
You see the referees have 2 armbands, one green, one red. It makes it pretty easy tonight. Green will be Great Bridge and red will be Kempsville.
Well, that is easy.
Makes it pretty easy.
2-1. That's the end of the first period with no score here at 103.
The referees tonight are Bruce Striffler and Bob Simon. You notice there's 2 referees tonight, just like we had in the duels in the main event, because of the quality of this dual meet.
And Darnell starts the second period on the bottom. Just really strength against strength here.
Kind of anybody's move here. Now I tell you what, it's a lift, overlift, and scores his 2. And here he goes, a Turk ride. See that hook right there? See that knee? There's the Turk. As that foot goes up, the back goes down. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. 1, 2. Got to get to a 5 count. 3, 4, 5. He's got 3 back points. Referee will put it in his pocket until he comes off the back. What they call is hold it off to his side. Good crowd. The place is getting big. The fans just keep coming into this great high school match. We appreciate all your support. And boy, we've got a lot of it. You call on the station. I know we're airing on various cable channels throughout the region. And please keep the cards and letters coming in. Give us a call. Tell us what you like. You see us at the matches. Come up and talk to us. We're not going to bite you. We're here to help you, help spotlight the oldest of all sports, wrestling.
The oldest of all sports. I wasn't aware of that.
Oldest of all. They wrestled in the first Olympic Games. Wrestling was in the first Olympic Games, except they didn't wear singlets.
Ah.
They were real quick, too. Real quick.
I imagine. Down to 36 seconds to go here in the second period. 5-0 in favor of Darnell. And still trying to work here, down to 20 seconds. And there's a stall warning against Darnell. And that's his first warning, so no points will be awarded here. And the Great Bridge fans not agreeing with that stalling call, as you can imagine. 10 seconds in the second.
5-0 to score. Again, this is important. Wherever they lose here, they're going to have to gain, because this match here, Gorman is one of their points getters. He needs to do something for them. They can't afford to give up Gorman.
He's down by 5 here, unable to score a point yet. Not even an escape. Sean Darnell scored 2 reversal points early in the second period, and then followed that with 3 back points.
Front tie-up, angle, ankle pick, front headlock. Nothing.
Down to minute 21 in the third period. Still no score here except for 1 point for Gorman.
You wrestlers that are home watching this, good defense. Legs are a little straight. Legs are a little straight. And there's a warning against Kempsville. Referees on the mat is Bruce Striffler and Bob Simon. Oh! Scores 2. Caught Darnell completely flat-footed.
That makes it 5-3 in favor of Darnell. He's got to hold on for 53 seconds. He needs to do something.
Well, they need the back points here. 2 back points ties it, 3 back points wins it. I don't understand why they stopped that. He was still bettering his position. That is really to Great Bridge's benefit. There, let the move develop. But that's okay. Referee calls it the way he sees it. And the reason I say it was to Great Bridge's benefit, that might have been the best shot that Kempsville had at turning Darnell. 40 seconds to go. He needs to turn him. Not enough time to cut him loose. Not as good as these guys are. Caution. That means when you jump, that's like a false start. There's Carl Perry waiting his turn in the lineup. Outstanding. Probably the 9th grader of the year in Virginia wrestling this year.
Oh, no doubt about that. Down to 40 seconds to go in this third period. And the last thing Darnell wants to do is give him some back points.
He's got to throw. He's got to go for it. He's got to throw some look for cradles.
He has already been warned for stalling once, Frank, so you're right. He does have to do something.
Well, he's doing it. He's got to go for broke here. It doesn't matter if he gets reversed. He's got to throw cradles, deep elbow. He can just stay big. He just needs to be big.
No points awarded there, down to 5 seconds.
He knows, he just needs to hold. He's got the clock right there. Big win for Kempsville. For Great Bridge. Big win for Great Bridge. Makes the team score 3-0 favor of Great Bridge.
That after a 5-3 victory by Sean Darnell at 103. He got 2 reversal points in the second period early, and then 3 near fall or back points also in the second period. Didn't score at all in the third. Chris Gorman picked up 2 takedown points and 1 escape point to make it 5-3. Now we're at the 112 weight division. Shane Darnell is a Great Bridge wrestler in the green and gold. Brian Miller for Kempsville is in the gray and red. And Brian Miller, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the area.
Doesn't waste any time. And he's hurt. Hurt his ribs. You can see there a little bit of a rib injury here. Apparently that it must have happened prior to the match because it was too quick for him to happen just then. Miller's going right at Darnell, and he's got to. He needs bonus points. Nice duck under. Nice duck under. Threw him right to his back, but didn't get any back points there.
That'll be 2 takedown points, though, for Miller. With about a minute and a half to go in the first period. Miller saw some pretty tough competition at the duels.
Oh, very tough. Rossi handed him his first loss in 36 matches. Dropped from 119 to 112 just for him.
Right.
And he had a tough time in the duels. As a matter of fact, I think he lost 2 matches.
And he's going to turn him loose on an escape.
That was a pretty slick move by Darnell. Oh. Score is still 2-0. Watch the duck under. Look for the duck. Straight shot.
And there are 2 more points for Brian Miller. That's the second takedown of this first period. That'll make the score 4-1. Some of the fans say that Darnell got 2 escapes, but he actually didn't.
No, he never got away.
Really free.
Never got away. You got to be.
Well, it's got to be a complete loss of control for Miller.
Complete loss of control.
And Miller's going to let Darnell up. And that will give him a second escape point.
Now Miller is tough on his feet, and he'll throw you right on your back. And that's probably where he's deadliest at. Oh. Darnell caught Darnell reaching.
Let's see what he can do here. Still no control for Darnell, but a nice try. And the clock stops with 5 seconds to go in this first period.
The score is a little unsure. The score is wrong. It should be an escape for Darnell, a takedown for Miller. 4-2 is the score, but I guess they didn't see control there because there's so much of a scurry.
Right.
You got to demonstrate it. If there's a flurry, they don't have to just wait till things settle down a little bit.
Right. And we're underway in the second period here.
Number 1 against number 3, according to Virginia Pilot Legistar Robin Brinkley. Get a chance. That's the guy to follow. Robin Brinkley does a great job with high school covering high school wrestling. A much more expanded edition than they've done in past years.
Actually, Brian Miller ranked number 2 in the area. Shane Darnell not ranked in the top 3.
Hard to believe, isn't it? 112 by far the best weight class in the region. There'll be guys that don't get out of the region that can place in the state meet.
And you know, people will be wondering, why is Brian Miller ranked number 2? Well, Viola over at Western Branch is ranked number 1.
That's right. So it's loaded. The state champ's number 2. Think about that one.
Yeah.
They were both at the same weight last year, so I think you'll see him reascend to number 1. He didn't have a very good duels, and Viola got beat there also, but he won one match.
And Coach Tim Spruill of Kempsville indicates to Miller that he should just let Darnell up.
There's the Terminator, Strickland, waiting for his chance.
Sitting next to John Donano. And Darnell does get the escape point. That'll give him 3 total. And it's 6-3.
Outside sweep, changes it off.
Boy, these guys are muscular, man. They weigh 112 pounds.
Oh, yeah, no control yet.
Plenty of time to get some, 30 seconds. And there are 2 takedown points for Shane Darnell. 15 seconds as the Great Bridge fans are on their feet, Frank.
6-5, he's got to turn them to win.
Still no back points here at the end of the second period. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the second period with no back points. Darnell does get 2 takedown points to make it 6-5 in Miller's favor. This would be somewhat of an upset, don't you think?
Oh, of course, the state champ. This is the state champ, Miller, the state champ. But you can throw the records, you can throw the titles out the window. This is Kempsville at Great Bridge. These kids train together. This is bragging rights, baby. This is when you're laying on the beach in August and you go, hey, you almost beat me.
Yeah, that's right.
I was almost worried.
Miller decides this time not to let Darnell up because that would give him a tie. That would tie the score.
Yeah, he can ride him out here. Get that wrist, watch him. He's got to get that wrist. If he wrists, he'll tilt him. There it is. Nope. You got to push it with his knee pad. Nope. Stay in there on that wrist. There it is. The wrist is the key. And
now some more points for Miller.
Nope. Didn't get it.
Not there long enough. Give Darnell credit.
Oh, got him coming out.
Darnell, what a nice move. Let's see if he can get control.
Nothing yet. Great wrestling here. Great match.
Down inside a minute to go in the third and final period. Still 6-5 in favor of Miller of Kempsville.
Oh, late flurry. 47 seconds.
There's an escape point. That'll tie it up at 6 with 44 seconds to go.
Remember, there's no tie. No tie. They go to overtime. Watch for a pancake. Whoever's loose, there's a duck, and he scores it.
And there it is right there, the 2 points for Miller that'll wrap this up.
There's a duck under.
And make it 8-6.
Duck under, a late duck under. Catch the guy leaning. He was too much weight for it. He caught him off balance with a duck under. I'll talk about that in a second.
10 seconds.
The duck under will win it here. The duck under. Miller's move. The duck under wins the move. Wins the match for Miller. The duck under.
8-6. Boy, I tell you what. the score, Miller beats Darnell, but right at the end,
What a
Darnell
match.
able to escape.
What a match.
Darnell able to escape in the third period to make it 6-6, and then Miller with the duck under able to take him down, and that'll make the team score now 3-3, Frank.
Well, that's the good news is Kempsville won. The bad news is they needed big points there.
Right. Here we are at 119. Carl Perry, the freshman, ranked number 2 in the area against Johnny Voigt of Kempsville.
We have a record on Voigt. Gotta like Perry in this match. 3-3 is team score. And then coming up is be a real interesting match. Will be DeReese, former Great Bridge wrestler, ranked 5th in the state, coming up at 125.
Mickey Irving tells me he's about to have a talk with Brian Miller. And we'll go to that pretty soon. And you hear the crowd saying, "Come on, Dink." That's Carl Perry's nickname. The whistle blows as they go out of bounds. And they'll be back in the center in the neutral position. Two points there for Perry on the takedown. That'll make it 2-0, 44 seconds to go in the first period here at 119. Voigt trying to get out of bounds over there, and indeed that's the case.
Yeah, Perry's looking for big points here. He's looking for a fall. Kind of break this match wide open. Two-point matches so far. The wrestlers pretty well matched, and that's why the team score is tied up 3-3. Carl Perry kind of having his way with Johnny Voigt. Yeah, he pretty well is. It's 2-0, but the score is not as close as that seems. Well, that's going to end the first period with a 2-0 lead for Carl Perry. Let's go over to Mickey Irving now, who is with Brian Miller.
Here with Brian Miller. Brian had the big 8-6 win. It's tied up at 6 late in the third. Tell us what happened.
Well, he stood up. He got an escape, made it 6-6. And I was just going in there for a takedown. So I knew I didn't want to go into overtime. I'd rather take him down if I can. I went in there and I tried to duck one side and he closed off, so I ducked the other side. I was open. And took him down.
Took him down, came away with the win here tonight. Ties it up 3-3. Congratulations to Brian Miller.
Thank you, Mickey. We're seeing 2 more takedown points here for Carl Perry to make it 4-0. And then the escape by Johnny Voigt makes it 4-1. Voigt's first point scored here in the second. Minutes 15 to go. Perry with a 4-1 lead. But as Frank said, certainly would like some big points here for the team to kind of break this open. And as Frank also pointed out earlier, Great Bridge dropping to number 6 in the nation, and we're really going to be looking at how badly they beat teams and see how that affects their national ranking.
Right, that's the name of the game. It's putting points up on the scoreboard. They did have a shutout against Indian River, which is a pretty good team. And there's another takedown for Perry, 6-1. He just keeps mounting the score here. I don't see it changing. Great Bridge is Kempsville is gonna have to need some major breaks. But when you're wrestling a team with this many seniors and been up and seen the caliber of competition that Great Bridge has seen, it's not, I'm sure Great Bridge is not concerned about winning the match. It's how many points they're going to win the match by.
Right.
Although nobody's told that to the Chiefs. They've got their own plans, and they've got some good wrestlers coming up. The next match will be a very emotional match for everyone here. Doris, former Great Bridge wrestler, against Labisha Costa, former teammate, workout partner. But this time it won't be such a friendly setting. It'll be it matters. It'll be points on the scoreboard.
Well, down it's about 10 seconds to go in the second.
Very colorful mat tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Virginia Duels mat. That was real colorful.
That's right, sure was. Frank, I don't know if I had an opportunity to tell you or not, but fine job at the Virginia Duels. It seemed things seemed well organized and went off quite well.
Despite my efforts, right?
No,
I appreciate it.
I think your press conference kind of set the tone for the whole thing.
Oh, really? Thank you. I appreciate that. We work a lot all year long on it. My love, obviously, is the high schools, and been working on it a long time. And to see the national rankings come out today with the number 1, number 2 team in the country, the number 6 team in the country, Great Bridge, and Grundy number 8. I mean, what a better situation we can. And plus, we all got to see it as a measuring stick.
Right.
Some of our teams didn't do so well, but hey, look at Green Run, a major upset of New Jersey Power. Great Bridge was a breath away from winning that match with Jefferson Township.
Right. That's right.
My pleasure, and my wife's glad it's over.
Imagine.
But I've already starting to work on next year. I hate to say it, but we're still working it. We're looking at some teams, national ranked teams for next year already.
I'm sure.
Okay, here we go. 7-1.
Minute 15 now to go into third. The wrestlers go out of bounds. And, 7-1's not bad, Frank, but I expected a little more action here.
Well, it's, maybe so. I mean, it seems like the crowd's pretty dull. I mean, it's hard matching that last match we just had, 8-6, settled in the last 15 seconds, almost went into overtime.
Right.
But right now, and Stephen Martin's up on his feet. He knows they need to get in a bonus point situation. A takedown here will do it for Perry. There's no control yet. There's 47 seconds left to go. He's got 47 left to secure this takedown. And they call a stalemate, which is probably better for Perry. They get a better shot off. Needs the score. He's got 39 seconds to go. Pretty well got him blocked off there. So he's kind of got him stuck. He can't lift him. He's underneath it. He's going to block him right off. This should be another stalemate situation. Right.
And indeed it is.
Yeah, they weren't going anywhere. He was better off calling that a stalemate. Gives him 14 seconds to score.
Carl looked up at the scoreboard. He knows what he needs. Get those bonus points.
He can throw a big move. You don't normally see Great Bridge throwing lateral drops or pancakes.
And that's going to end it, though. Carl Perry winning 7-1, but no bonus points over Voigt of Kempsville.
That makes a team score. Great Bridge 6, Kempsville 3, going into 125-pound weight.
Replay of Miller by now. Last move.
It's a replay.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay here.
There's the duck under that wins it. Right there. That makes the score 8-6, and Miller wins it on that duck under, as you see it right there. Right back to live action.
Here we are at 125. We've talked about it. Labisha Costa, ranked number 3. Danny DeReese coming in. My information said that he was not ranked.
We'll double check that for you. DeReese transferred to Kempsville, wrestled at 135 pounds. Now you see him at 125.
No, Danny DeReese not ranked at 125. Reese Edgington of Green Run, ranked number 1. Celso Garcia from Salem, number 2. Victor.
I tell you what, he's been riding that bicycle all day, but he hasn't gone anywhere yet. He needs to check the air in the tires.
Really, Labisha Kostick, kind of a code number 3 ranking with the guy from Norcom.
There's those front headlocks I was talking about. You're going to see them from both teams. The way to counter that is really hold on to the elbow with both hands. And that's how you can stop him from getting around behind you.
Wrestlers on the edge and going out of bounds. And that's what they do. They'll come back in with 1:03 to go in the first period. And still no score. So you've seen a number 3 ranked wrestler out there in the area, in Labisha Kostick of Great Bridge. Actually, he and the wrestler from Norcom at his weight class, 125, both ranked number 3.
The referees out on the mat are Bob Simon and Bruce Striffler, both veteran referees from the area. Bob wrestled at Granby High School, former state champion at Granby High School, and Bruce wrestled at Cox High School. Both been in wrestling all their lives.
Now, what do you think went on here? Tim Spruill went out, had a word with the referee, and then the referee went over and talked to Coach Martin and
could be
Coach
anything.
Smith.
Buying time for their guys, anything.
There's a stall warning against Kostick. Kind of early for that, too, not even out of the first period.
A lot of great wrestlers coming to the match. I see Brian Beatson, former 3-time state champion from Cox, Oklahoma wrestler. I mean, they love it, and they're all in the stands here tonight.
Absolutely.
Good crowd. About the only place there isn't anybody is where you can see right there on your screen. Outside of that, the whole place is packed.
And kind of divided up along school lines. The side you're seeing right there, the Kempsville fans, Great Bridge fans are behind us.
Pretty even.
I would say. Great Bridge always brings a pretty decent-sized crowd. And the first period's about over here. Neither wrestler able to score a point. And the Kempsville wrestlers or Kempsville fans thought that maybe DeReese did have him down before the buzzer.
This is good. I kind of like Kostick in this match because I think he's more of a natural 25-pounder, and DeReese possibly could be at 19. So he's kind of, even though he's cut a lot of weight, is wrestling up a weight class. His coach, Tim Spruill, Kempsville High School coach, has done an outstanding job. Took over from legendary Keith Lawrence. 0-0 still the score here. Again, a nice roll. Caught him spinning nothing. Got a front headlock on him. He's giving his 1, but he's got a bad angle. Bad angle, trying to drag out. It's a bad angle. DeReese is famous for the old head bounce, which you saw him try to do just there, the old basketball dribble. It wouldn't surprise me if this match ended up 1-1.
1:15 to go here in the second period.
And goes into overtime.
Oh, yeah. 1-0 the score in favor of DeReese.
As you heard Robin Brinkley say in our pre-match interview, that maybe the big thing about this match is the matchups.
Right.
When we get up past the 140, we're going to go into number 1 and number 2 alley there.
Yeah, that's right.
5 guys ranked number 1 and number 2.
And you know, even without the rankings, we saw a great matchup at 112.
Great match. Maybe it's going to be hard to top that.
Right.
So maybe when we get up to Ginn and
Eason.
And Eason, yeah, that would be a good one. But those guys are like 2 cats in a bag.
There's a stalling call against Kostick. That's his second warning, so a point will be awarded to Danny DeReese. And that'll make it 2-0.
And that's he was chasing DeReese. DeReese was chasing Kostick, and that's just kind of made him look bad. He might not have really had the intent of stalling, but he didn't want to give DeReese the angle, didn't want to give DeReese the tie-up. you know, which is good strategy, but in the meantime, you look bad. So if you look bad, it looks like you're stalling.
Right.
I'm sure he's not out there not to wrestle.
I'm sure. And there's 2 takedown points for Costick. That'll tie things up at 2 apiece in the waning seconds of this second period.
He's got him on a roll. And escape. Should give him an escape.
Yeah, he does. DeReese gets 1 escape point. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds. The role of the 2 officials out there, you can see Bob Simons with his back to us. He is the official on the mat, working this match. And over at the top of the screen, you see Bruce Stripler. He's the assistant match referee. He assists in the tough calls, you know, looks at him, you know, what do you think? Maybe he had a better angle. Just try to, you know, keep things neat on it. You see, he's always, and the rule is you mirror the official that's on the mat. So he's always going to be the opposite side of him. The referee, which is Bob Simon, gets the primary position. And wherever he doesn't want to go, Bruce Stripler has to opposite mirror his performance. You see Bruce moving opposite him. Good camera shot there.
Wrestlers go out of bounds. 3-2 is DeReese's lead.
I guess if we were to headline this match, we could say Kempsville, Great Bridge wrestle for technique excellence.
Right, that's
the
right.
team with the technique excellence here is going to win here because, again, they both wrestle the exact same style. There's no difference in the way the moves that either one of these teams do. Here's DeReese trying to throw the legs in a reinforced half, but he's a little too high.
And the wrestlers go out of bounds. Coach Smith of Great Bridge wants 2 points.
That's interesting.
But 1 escape point will be awarded.
Gave him an escape because he didn't really get control of the foot. That's why he did it. It's the foot. He only had 1 foot. He had to get 2.
Ties the score, though, at 3 apiece.
.55 seconds to go. 3-3 is the score.
Haven't seen anything like a blowout in any of these matches.
Now this
so far.
match is, the intensity in this particular match is picking up. And this could be just like our 112. There's DeReese in on a nice single. See that foot? That's it. That's the call. Watch the hand on that foot. Knee went over the line.
They go out of bounds, and no points are awarded. Oh, and now Coach Tim Spruill comes around. He wants to have a word with the official. And also,
the referees are confirmed. If we have time to bring that up on the replay, I could show you what happened there. We might not have a chance, but we'll try.
I tell you, just bad sportsmanship there. Some fans throwing.
Here it is. Watch the edge. Watch his toes. It's that angle really didn't help us out there. It's his knee crossed over the line is what happened.
Again, some of the fans throwing some candy or something out on the mat.
That was a good call.
Yeah.
His knee crossed over the line, and his supporting points was his knee.
17 seconds. The score is tied at 3.
Remember, Costick has been warned for stalling.
And actually has already been awarded 1 point. And there's Reese with 2 takedown points.
Takedown, that'll win it.
That'll break the score. That'll break the tie, rather.
It looks like Costick is
2-1.
stopped.
That's it. That's the end of the match. Final score, Labisha Costick 3, Danny DeReese of Kempsville 5. And you got to say that's an upset. Costick ranked number 3, DeReese not ranked at all. At least not in the top 3 in the area. But that may well change.
Very emotional win for
Danny DeReese and the whole team, really.
Very emotional win for DeReese.
And there you see Costick right there. He's terribly upset.
He knows, you know, that was a personal thing with Great Bridge and DeReese. You know, that was their gladiator they sent out on a mission. And good match. Both wrestlers did a wonderful job. Nobody should have their head done. That was just great wrestling.
Tell you what, score tied 6-6 here. We're at 130. Brian Jones, the #1 ranked wrestler in the area at that weight class, and he's taking on Julian Johnson of Kempsville.
Yeah, I look for big points from
Jones.
From Jones here.
Minute 20 in the first. Wrestlers seeming to kind of feel each other out some. No points awarded here in that little flurry. .51 seconds now in the first period, and no score. Yeah, you would expect big points here, Frank, from Brian Martin being ranked or Brian Jones rather, being ranked #1 in the area. Johnson not ranked at all. But so far, that's not the case. Score tied at 0 with 17 seconds to go in the first.
You've heard a lot about the Martin family. There was one Martin that was a 4-time state champion, went on to wrestle at Indiana, named David Martin, and he's with us, visiting with us in our booth for a minute. David, a nice match tonight. Big matchups.
Yeah, it's really good crowd here. A lot of excitement tonight.
The first match at 112 was a real exciting match, and then the one we just had at 125 with Doris wrestling.
Doris taking on Kostick.
Kostick was a real exciting match, right down to the wires. In your days, you wrestled at Granby High School. You were 4-time state champs. Kind of reminds you of those big matches you had with Cox High School.
Yeah, this is a good one. There's a good crowd here tonight.
What do you think of the way your brother, your baby brother Steven, has stepped in behind Wayne, and there's a deep single by Jones. Get that knee behind there.
That's 2.
And there's 2 points, and now that makes the score 3-0 in favor of Jones.
Yeah, the match before, I think Kostick had overcome a little more
personal adversity there.
Yeah, well, they wrestled out of Great Bridge, and Doris probably a little more experienced. He came through. He gave him a tough match, though.
And you had some great matchups back. Recently, you're just named to the all-time, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in the last 10 years. A real honor.
Well, yeah, it's good anytime you get a little recognition for stuff you did, 20 years ago.
And I see you have your son with you in the booth, and his name is Michael. Michael, and you're looking forward to wrestling in these big matches someday?
Yeah, sure I am.
Okay, I'd like to thank David for being with us tonight.
Thank you,
that's
Frank.
the other Martin, and another Martin with him. So the Martin name will isn't going to do anything but get stronger in years to come. Thanks a lot, David.
Thank you, Frank.
Well, right now, Frank, the score 4-1. Brian Jones with the lead after Julian Johnson gets an escape, but then Brian Jones also awarded a penalty point because Julian Johnson, according to the officials, was stalling.
Well, again, this is one where I see, unless something big happens for Kempsville, this should be all Great Bridge here, and what Kempsville has to do is stop the bleeding.
Right.
Stop the point entourage that's
on the way.
That's on the way, right.
Certainly hasn't taken place so far. Teams score tied 6 apiece.
Kind of reminds you a little bit about the Great Bridge Jefferson Township match, but reverse roles here.
Right.
Kempsville has matches it's got to win, and they've got to pull some upsets to do it.
Right. An upset of sorts when Danny DeReese beat Labisha Kostick. Although you had to know that was a good matchup, at least on paper. at least on paper, because Costick ranked number 3, Danny DeReese not ranked at all. And of course, we'd like to mention our contest winner that we mentioned at the Deep Creek match. Rod Baines, Great Bridge fan, said he's been watching wrestling for a long, long time.
Right.
And he remembers Brian Jones when he was in about the, he wrestled when he was in the 7th grade, 8th grade. By the time he hit about the 8th grade, he started coming on. He said Brian Jones is the technician.
The technician. Let me try that out.
Because he says that he is the most technically perfect wrestler on Great Bridge's team. That's according to Rod Baines.
That technician is on top. I got to work on that a little bit. That technician.
See how you like that. Try it out.
All right. Well, there you go. Our contest winner, Rod
Baines.
Rod Baines, right. Rod Baines with that technician, and that technician is definitely showing why he lives up to that name with the Turk, a perfect Turk. And there's back points. You can see Bruce Striffler counting them off. There's the green hand going up. The technician is adding to his total. How about that?
How about that?
Play on words.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
We want to thank Rod Baines for his suggestion and ultimately his winning the Virginia Duel tickets.
That's right. And he was there. I saw him.
He was there. It's great. And we, Rod, keep those cards and letters coming in. We appreciate you.
Well, that makes the score 9-1, Frank, with about a minute to go into the third. And now Brian Jones starting to pour it on some. Minute 2 to go. Now it's 10-1 in Jones's favor. And now just trying to rack up those bonus points for the team. And that would break this open a little bit. In fact, the team score start off after Darnell won 3-0. Brian Miller comes back and beats Shane Darnell to make it 3-3. Carl Perry with a 7-1 victory makes it 6-3. Danny DeReese wins 5-3 to make the team score 6-6, and that's where we stand right now. So really been a seesaw as far as the team score is concerned.
It does that. That doesn't help. That doesn't help Kempsville. They needed to get out and build the lead, not have it seesaw back and forth. Now, Great Bridge is going to come up. Kempsville is going to come up with some real power here at 52 and 60, but unfortunately for them, Great Bridge also matches with some big firepower of their own.
That's right.
With Ginn and Barlow. Barlow second in the state, Ginn fourth in the state. And a big rematch, a grudge rematch with Ginn and Easton.
17 seconds to go in the third.
In case you didn't hear the news, Great Bridge, the first national rankings after the Virginia Duels, puts Great Bridge at number 6. I think it's something to be proud of. Being ranked in the top 10, but being ranked high as 6th. And then I think they'll pretty well stay there, and the only thing they can do is go up. It'd be tough to be number 1. Something's going to have to help one of those guys. But I think that you'll see them probably go up a little higher before the year's over.
And that's going to end that match right there with the final score 10-0, or rather 10-1 in favor of Brian Jones. And that'll give Great Bridge a bonus point.
10-6, favor of Great Bridge.
Biggest lead so far for either team. Great Bridge has had, actually Kempsville's never had the lead in team points, but they've always come back after a Great Bridge win to tie it up. Now we're going to the 135-pound weight division. Shannon Baines of Great Bridge, ranked number 2 in the area, will take on Mike Piscianeri of Kempsville.
Piscianeri.
Sounds like one of those Jefferson Township names, doesn't it?
Yeah, they had the Manicotti, Rigatoni.
That's right. Lapoli.
Lapoli. Papoli.
That's right.
I'd like to thank Derek Lapoli, who's our assistant statistician here in the booth with us tonight. Appreciate your help, Derek.
Thank you.
Man, a few words. Must think after his mother.
His mother's not a lady of few words, I'll tell you that. I got off restriction tonight.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay, so let me come to the match.
Well, that was nice of him.
That's right. There's a little high turn in. Again, a lot of these moves are similar. You're going to see Kempsville, Great Bridge throw the same type of moves at each other. ACC 40 bringing you the best in high school athletics, football, wrestling, and a whole gamut of things.
That's right. Absolutely.
Frank, Mickey, and Richie, the guys with the plan on the scene.
That's right. Here
we're
we are.
lean and mean. Well,
so we're mean.
Close.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. 53 seconds now. 2-0 in favor of Baines.
Little front, you see he's up on his head there. Looks like he's like, how's that? And that's a design move. He's got his legs in. A lot of times they call it boots, throwing the boots in. And what he's trying to do is reinforce half. You'll see him come up on top. Now, look like he's going for a Turk. No, missed it. Cradle there, looking for a cradle. Switched off to a spiral ride with a half Nelson. If he tries to roll there, he'll get pinned. Not a good move, not a good situation to try a roll in there. For half Nelson. So don't be shy. Get out in the living room. Grab mom, grab dad, get the dog Rambo, and put him out and see if you can get that on him. A little far half Nelson.
We're on.
Score now 2-1 in favor of Shannon Baines out there, taking on Mike Piscianeri. Piscianeri just got the escape.
A lot of ranked wrestlers in the match here.
Yeah, Shannon Baines, we're seeing him here. He's ranked number 2 and about to show why.
Right, this could be the nail in the coffin. Right here. This could be the nail in the coffin. As it doesn't get better, it only gets worse.
Oh, that's it.
The pin.
First fall we've seen tonight, and that'll certainly give the Wildcats, that'll certainly add to their lead. That'll make it 16-6 in favor of Great Bridge. And I tell you what, just 2 matches ago, it's all tied up at 6, and now all of a sudden, Great Bridge is up by 10 going into the 140-pound weight division. Neither of these wrestlers ranked in the top 3 in the area. John Donato of Great Bridge and Brian Palmer.
16-6 is the score. If Kempsville gets a pin, they're right back in it. Right back in it. And both wrestlers can get pinned here. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they wrestled 2 matches, they both pinned each other.
Right. Donato, a little more muscular, perhaps.
Got to go with Donato in here. I think he's a little more seasoned and been in some bigger matches. Being out in that Midwest Ohio tournament. All that stuff goes. You go to the well. You know how much water's in the well. Great Bridge just keeps piling it on.
Donato just last night beat the number 3 ranked wrestler at his weight class from Indian River.
Richie, I'm sorry, at the end of the period, throw it to Mickey. He's got an interview with some Western Branch wrestlers who are taping this.
It's interesting, Frank, in talking to Donato's mother, I told her that we were going to be here tonight. She said, oh no. She said, anytime you film him, he doesn't win. So maybe we can break that. Maybe we can break that tonight.
We could skip to the next match, and
yeah, we could do that. But he might win here, though.
I tell you what, this is his chance to prove his mom wrong.
That's right.
High crotch. Front headlock. He's keeping really good positioning. Like I said, part of wrestling is putting the other guy out of position. Front headlock again to a pancake. Nice. Just didn't hit it. And he's in position. The Kempsville wrestler is out of position.
There you go, right there. 2 takedown points for Donato. Both wrestlers struggling for control here, but an escape will be awarded to Brian Palmer. That'll make it 2-1. Both wrestlers on their feet. And that really doesn't appear to be either wrestler's forte.
No, not really. These guys are bangers, man. They're not really the smoothest, the slickest. They're not like the technician, Jones.
Right. That's
but
right.
they just bang away and they get the job done.
That's the end of the first period, Frank. The score 4-2 in favor of Donato. Let's go over to Mickey Irving.
Some of the Western Branch Bruins in attendance making the trip over to the beach tonight. Brett Thompson and the rest of the Bruins going to get ready for the big TV match against the Wildcats. Brett, what's going on here tonight? Doing a little scouting?
Yeah, a little bit. We didn't have a match tonight, so we thought we'd come out over here. Kempsville and Great Bridge got some pretty good matchups we wanted to see. And plus, I get scouted out my guys and everything. So we came to see a good match.
They're seeing a good match so far. The Bruins, of course, won last night over number 9 Norview. Bruins are going to go up in the rankings. Just keep an eye on them.
All right, thank you, Mickey. 4-2 still here with 1:39 to go.
Locked hands by Kempsville. That'll cost him a point, but they got to allow the guy a chance to score. They'll stop it there.
There's locked hands. 1 point for John Donato. His first in this second period. Make it 5-2.
140-pound weight class next on deck. Ready to go. The Terminator.
The Terminator.
The Terminator.
And that's Mark Strickland of Great Bridge. He'll be taking on Dustin Byram from Kempsville, maybe. He's been in a few matches. Strickland this year has been in a few matches where the other team said, well, we're not going to wrestle a 145 guy tonight. I don't think that'll happen here, though.
Hey, if I was a 145 guy,
you'd have to find me.
Either, right?
You'd have to find me.
Say who? Me?
Yeah, that's right.
You go.
I got to go home, Coach.
Right.
59 seconds to go in the second.
Oh, nice move. Settle it in. What did I say? Any guy could get decked.
Sure did.
This could be a big one.
49 seconds.
49 seconds.
You said it. You said it.
Puts him right back in it. Puts Kempsville right back in the match. All of a sudden, Bawammo to Dynamo.
Oh, that's not nice.
His mother's not going to like us.
All right.
Good match, though. And just one big move, catch it. You know how you beat a good guy? You pin him.
Yeah, well, that's right.
That's exactly how you do it.
And that's what happened. 16-12 now. The team score in favor of Great Bridge. And out on the mat, Mark Strickland. Frank calls him the Terminator, ranked number 1 in the area, taking on Dustin Byram.
It's not a good idea to kick a hornet's nest.
No.
I think somebody just kind of nudged it.
I think so, too.
Don't go to the refrigerator. This way we can get a chance to pull that fall back up on the replay. To get a chance down the road.
About ready to get started here. Both wrestlers pacing, and you know, if I had to say one of these wrestlers appears more nervous than the other, I would say it's Byram.
We don't have the replay.
Here comes the replay right here on that fall.
No, I don't believe they have.
No, they don't have it. Oh, sorry. But yeah, he's Strickland. Here's shows you all the computer stuff we use. Don't go to the refrigerator, gang. Watch this. This will be quick. Bang.
Oh, there's
Little
2
pancake.
takedown points for Strickland. Not able to get any back points.
No.
But Byram is not in an enviable position.
No. I'm surprised you hadn't already gone up to the head. There's an arm bar. In deep. Step over. He's got to bring his other foot over now. We'll bring his head up. Watch his head.
2 more back points for Strickland.
4-0.
But I think all these back points are going to be irrelevant pretty
soon. It doesn't mean anything. Little tilt.
Strickland's just...
Team scores 16-12. Great Bridges. Kempsville is trying to make the most out of the wins they get.
3 more back points for Strickland to make it 7-0. If he's not careful, he'll get a technical fall here before he can pin it.
Right. Well, they're not going to let that happen. This is 7-0. There's still a minute to go in the first period. They'll tell him no more back points. This is not a way to pin a guy in a move like this. This won't really. And I have to go more to the head.
There's 2 more back points.
He's going to sit on him. Watch this. He's just going to sit on him.
2 more. for Strickland. That'll make it 11-0, Frank.
I tell you what, I better watch out.
Just a few points away from a technical fall.
What they can do is cut him loose to give him a point.
Right. He may do that. And I believe he will. No.
I'm surprised they're doing that. There you go. There's the back.
Yep, that's it. 24 seconds to go.
Can't let him off. There, he's still on his back. Now, this is a pinning combination here, gang. See that? He's at a snap back, change sides. That's how you do it if you're watching at home, you little guys.
9 seconds.
Oh, he got away, though. Strickland is well aware of what's going on. See, if he takes him down, watch this.
That's the end of the first period.
Neutral. Watch him.
And the score, Frank.
They're telling him, this is more interesting what they're going to do with a 14-1 score. Well, they gave him a point. They can cut him loose and give him another point. That'll make it 2, give him a break.
Well,
see, if he reverses him, it's over.
Right.
They're going to let him go. That'll make it 15-1. Now watch this. You know what? If he was real smart, you know what he could do? This is crazy. He could jump start twice. That would be a caution.
Right.
And give the Kempsville guy a point.
Right.
We're in a situation where he's got too many points.
Right.
For Strickland to get the fall. So there's the match is over. It's over. They blew it.
Yep, that's it.
Didn't think.
Strickland not happy. He wanted to fall.
What happened is he went to the tilt early, which is a good point getter, but it's not a good pinning combination. He did too many tilts early. This is the match. Everybody can hear him banging. This is the 1 against 2. This is the match everyone's come to see. The rematch.
Here at 152, Carlos Eason, ranked #1 in the area, probably the most improved wrestler in this Great Bridge lineup, against Brad Ginn, who's ranked #2 in the area. And what everybody's waiting for is for the clock to run down.
Right.
After the technical fall, we've got to let the clock.
12, the score.
And we're just about 4 seconds away from getting underway here at Kempsville High School.
These guys are like 2 great heavyweights, except they only weigh about 152 pounds, so let's just pretend that.
Okay.
There it is, low single sweep. This is what got him last time, right here. Front headlock. See him hold that elbow, guys? Might want to add here that Eason is an honor student, and he had such a fantastic job at the Virginia Duels. Cornell, Brown, all the schools were climbing all over him because he's not only a good wrestler, he's a good student, a good citizen. And hey guys, it's worth it. Stay in school, keep those grades up, and you'll go somewhere. Eason's too high up on the leg. It's too high, too close to the butt. Ginn's got a chance. Now his head's right, he's blocking the shoulder. But watch it, he could get cut back if he can reach his hand back there. Gotta lift him up in the air.
And there's 2 takedown points for Eason.
Now, it looks obviously that Ginn is the much stronger wrestler than Eason. But this leverage, this height, means a lot. Eason had a big win in the Virginia Duels. Wrestler he wrestled in the Duels from Jefferson Township, came into the match with a 10-0 record.
Right. Eason, as we said, Frank, probably one of the most improved wrestlers on this team.
Right, and he's got him right where he needs him. He's got him, he's in tight. He's not letting Ginn get any space to turn in. Uh-oh, now he's coming up. You can't give these guys any room at all. Any room at all to move or manipulate. Watch a stand and switch there.
And that's pretty, but you don't get any points for it.
No, he still got it, too. Don't think he doesn't have it.
Wrestlers go out, and they'll come back
2-0, 5 seconds to go. Ginn can get out here and cut this to 2-1 here in the second period. That'll mean a lot. Little quick turn roll. There you go. He's pinning him.
1 second. That's the end of the first period. With the score 2-0 in favor of Easton.
Down.
Coach Martin indicates, hey, Carlos, take down.
Dan, no question about this. Anytime you give a listen to me, a Great Bridge or a Kempsville wrestler a choice, they're always going to take down, always. They feel as though they're confident and they can score points from underneath. Carlos pulling that ankle, something you young wrestlers need to watch. Break the guy down with the ankle rides, work up from there. You can see he's looking for a Turk himself.
Carlos headed out of bounds here, perhaps.
This is in Great Bridge's favor. Now the score is 2-0. There's no riding time, not like college. Ginn has to take the match to Easton.
Right.
Easton stays out of trouble, gets himself an escape late in the period. He goes into the second period with a 3-0 lead. Of course, I'm sure that Coach Martin would like for him to have a bigger lead than that, but when you got two guys of this ability, you take whatever you can get. On the Kempsville side, they got to make something happen. Remember, Ginn pinned Easton the last time they wrestled. Just kind of, if I remember correctly, Easton got shot a single, held on to it too long, didn't bail out. Ginn slipped a half in and just caught him teeter-tottering him and went straight down and decked him. Wasn't no place for him to go.
Right. Just under a minute left here in the second. A lot going on. Ginn able to pick up Carlos Easton and slam it back down.
Watch this. See that wrist? Feeds the wrist through the crotch and back hooks it. There it is. There it is, and he's got it. He's got it. Now he's got to turn his hip down. Now Ginn will try to do a forward somersault under.
There's a stall warning against Easton.
Now that's going to make, that stall warning will mean a lot later. A whole lot.
Great Bridge fans saying, let's go Carlos.
It's coming out of the bottom. But see, Ginn, he's just got a wrist. He's not really throwing an actual pinning combination. He's trying to put himself in position to do that. Watch the standing switch here. Ginn's got to take him on the mat. Right.
And there's a stall warning right there. So now both wrestlers, Frank, have been warned. And why stall there, Frank?
Well, once you're on the mat, you're on your feet and behind the guy, you got to take the guy directly to the mat. You can't walk him around. You can't back him out of bounds. You got to take him to the mat. Very good call.
Right.
Technically sound. That was the right move call. So that evens it out. It's 2-0. Both wrestlers have a stalling against them, which is, in terms of spectators, real exciting because anybody that slacks up, it's a point for the other guy at this point. So high drama added to the 152-pound weight class. This match has lived up to all the expectations everybody came here to see.
Neither wrestler, Frank, able to score in the second period, so it's still 2-0 after Carlos Easton scored a takedown in the first period.
Hey, it doesn't get any, it gets thicker the next match. Two kids that both placed in the state, and both runner-up in the state last year come next. Nice wrestling. Easton seemed to be frustrating Ginn, but it's just 2-0. Still, anything can happen.
That's right.
Remember, both guys have been warned. Same position Easton was in just a second ago. Let's see if the referees do the same thing. And he's going to tilt him. 1, 2.
2 back points for Easton. That'll make it 4-0.
Those were, the rule on that's a high bridge. That's a little that was real high. That was like the Golden Gate Bridge. I think maybe the referees are pumped. It may be too anxious to give the points away. This match is too good to give anything away kind of easily.
Great Bridge fans saying boring. They think somebody's stalling out there.
See that again. I'm not quite sure that I would give those points there. It wasn't a 45-degree angle.
Well, Easton did get 2 back points.
Score 6-2.
and again awarded 2 reversal points. And Frank, we haven't seen a reversal since the 103-pound weight division.
Just then we
still
did,
right
yeah.
then. That's what I'm
well,
saying.
No, that's not true. We had a reversal on the fall.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Right.
but that's right.
Right. 21-12. Fat lady's walking into the gym. She's looking for a place to sing.
6-2 to score in this match right here. Again, looks a little tired.
Going for a lift Turk. Remember, both guys know he's got it. He's got the Turk. He just now has to change to execute it.
That's it. That's the end of the 3rd period. And the winner will be Carlos Eason by a score of 6-2.
Number 1 against number 2. And the next match is number 1 against number 2.
Again, Great Bridge has a higher ranked wrestler in 160. Jamie Kelly, number 1. Rob Barlow coming in at number 2.
Both wrestlers were number 2 in the state last year, I believe.
24-12, the team score right now in favor of the Wildcats with 4 matches to go.
In this match, you got to like Kelly only because of the matches he's been in.
Coach Martin maybe a little more confident now with a 12-point lead.
Points, right? No, not yet. There it is. 2 for Kelly.
Kelly not wasting any time in the first 15 seconds, picks up 2 takedown points.
Kelly was 2nd in the state. He lost in the finals to another green and gold, Chad McFadder from Cox. McFadder is a senior, was a senior last year. He graduated, now he wrestles at Old Dominion.
He turned Rob Barlow loose there for an escape point, so it's 2-1 now.
I think that was a good move. Kelly looked rather good on his feet. Barlow's got a good stance here. These are great matches right on through here. Kempsville, one thing to keep in mind, Kempsville returns the most starters next year. Great Bridge obviously was loaded with the 8 seniors, 9 seniors, so they're going to be in a rebuilding stage, but don't count them out by any way it means.
59 seconds in the first. 2-1 in favor of Jamie Kelly.
Tell you what, Kempsville isn't out of this because at the last 2 8s, I kind of like the Kempsville wrestlers at 71 and 89. They got a chance there. Definitely in 89, they're probably favored.
Well, at 171, David Lupton ranked number 2 in the area against Allred, I think, or Smith may wrestle at 171. We'll see. Then at 189, you've got Jeremy Reed of Kempsville taking on Joey Guth, who's a sophomore.
Right, and there's a toss up there.
Richie, can you throw to Mickey at the end of the period? Mickey's got an interview with Carlos Eason.
Here in about 8 seconds, Frank, we're going to go over and talk to Mickey Irving. Or actually, Mickey's going to talk to Carlos Eason of Great Bridge. And that's the end of the first period. Score 2-1 in favor of Kelly. Let's go over to Mickey.
Check the power, Richie.
Having some microphone difficulties, but I believe they're fixed back here at the table.
Try it again.
Carlos started off tough. You were able to get the back points. Tell us how you got the back points to give you the win.
Well, first I Chirella rolled through, and then instead of me letting go of the wrist, I contained the wrist and just changed it into an armbar tilt. So I got 2 sets of back points instead of 1.
It's good enough for probably the premier match tonight. This man, Carlos Eason, walks away with a big win for the Wildcats.
Low single, kind of an ankle pick, change it off to a double down around the shoelaces. Kelly trying to improve on his 2-1 lead. Barlow just can't seem to get anything really going at this point. 1:14 left in the second period.
And the referee will call a stalemate. One minute.
I want to say that kind of compliment our guys on, and particularly our editors in the booth, Randy and all the guys for the great introduction that they did to our wrestling show. I tell you how good it was, fans. We had the people in the Virginia Duels National Hall of Fame in the truck watching the opening from New Jersey. They're just a great job. Doesn't matter who they are. Just let the guys in it, the angles, the intensity. A fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Good job, guys.
2 more points awarded here to Jamie Kelly, make it 4-1. Go, 13 seconds.
Warning against Great Bridge, 4-2. A win here by Kempsville. Again, we put them right back in the match. Because remember those at 71 and 89, this match could be a lot closer than Great Bridge intended it to be.
Sure could be.
But in the back of everybody's mind, Great Bridge, Kempsville has to get a very large lead because they got the dumpster coming up last.
That's right. Ranked number 1 in the area, Jason Edmondson.
And he had a great Virginia Duels, registering 2 falls against 2 very admirable foes.
Looks like, looking over at the Great Bridge bench, it looks like Frank Smith will be the 171 wrestler. In fact, that is indeed the case.
There's Coach Martin in his green, in his gold, and Coach Smith in his green. They kind of match up there. You think they're playing that tonight?
I don't know. They probably called each other. What are you wearing?
What they should do, though, is that Coach Smith should have gold pants on.
Gold pants, yeah.
Right.
I would imagine gold pants, that color, might be hard to find.
Well, that's if they were really cool, they would have...
That's right.
One would have a green shirt and gold pants, and the other one had gold shirt with green pants, which Coach Martin does. So Coach Martin gets the in vogue outfit tonight.
He gets the fashion nod tonight.
The height of fashion, GQ, Stevie Martin.
That's it.
Not.
Well, we did notice Mickey Irwin had a nice looking sweater on over there.
He was wearing pants tonight too.
Yeah, that is good. Well, you figured he might get a wide shot, so he better wear his pants.
All right, they're getting minute 29 left here in the third period, 4-2, favor of Great Bridge. Kelly trying to hang on. Kelly has been warned for stalling, I believe.
He has indeed.
Hasn't been a lot of falls in the dual meet, just one.
That's right. We had
2 falls.
2 falls.
Strickland, both teams registered a fall.
Right. Shannon Baines.
Standing Granby.
Right.
Barlow made a really mortal sin there by lifting the guy up and just thinking that he could put him back down, because both these teams will roll you in a heartbeat, throw a standing Granby in a heartbeat. That's exactly what Kelly was able to execute. He gets the reversal. Barlow gets the escape, makes the score 6-3, and puts Barlow in a very deep hole.
Sure does, especially with 42 seconds to go.
Takedown won't save him.
And points have not been easy to come by this match. Only 9 total points scored. Yeah, we had a fall by Shannon Baines at 1:35 with 1:17 to go in the second. Then Brian Palmer at 1:40 got a fall over John Donano with 44 seconds to go in the second period. Technical fall, though, by Mark Strickland at 1:45.
Kelly in deep on that single. Off to the outside, though. All he can do is improve on it. Barlow's just not in a position to do anything. Maybe get a stalemate out of it. But with 9 seconds to go, this match is over with.
2 more points for Kelly.
And he scores back points.
And Kelly's a little excited.
That's a big win for him. He's had a tough week.
He comes in ranked number 1, beats the number 2.
Number 1.
He sure does, as he beats the number 2 ranked wrestler 8-3. That'll make our team score 27-12. Going into 2 matches, Frank, that you pretty much have to think that Kempsville's favored, but favorites so far haven't meant a whole lot.
Yep.
Frank Smith is the Great Bridge wrestler here at 171. David Lupton, ranked number 2 in the area, is a Kempsville wrestler. It seems that Frank Smith and Billy Allred here at 171 for Great Bridge been going back and forth. They each wrestled each of those 2 wrestlers wrestled one team at the duels, and now it seems that Frank Smith gets the job tonight of taking on number 2 ranked David Lupton.
Well, you gotta like Lupton here. You gotta like Lupton in a big way. Smith's got that real strong body build, and you gotta watch out. Guys like that have a hard time bridging.
Right.
Sounds
they're
silly.
not very. You're right. They're not very flexible. .115 to go in the first, no score. Neither wrestler taking big steps here so far.
Nope. Only takes a second. We've got to go back to that Dynamo match, and just shows you how quick lightning can strike.
That's right.
A lot of great wrestlers. Johnny Akins, another state champ from Kellam High School, walks by the booth. They just keep coming.
They sure do.
The headlock.
That'll be 2 points for Lupton.
39 seconds. He's got to convert it quickly. Got that foot, though, blocking him. We got a good angle with that camera. He's got 29 seconds. But he's really got to roll his hips back into him. I don't think he's going to get it to fall.
I don't think so either. You can see the foot's hurting him because he's holding on to it.
But now maybe he got it there. It's got it. Kempsville's back in it.
And regardless of the 13 seconds to go, a fall for David Lupton.
This could come down to the dumpster. Couldn't come down to the dumpster. I tell you, there's nobody that would really want it to come down to the dumpster.
No.
Except for the dumpster.
And that's going to make the score 27-18.
Right.
A 9-point lead.
Now we got the number 1, not number 1, but he's ranked. He's not ranked.
No, neither of these wrestlers 189 are ranked. Jeremy Reed is the wrestler from Kempsville. Joey Guth is a sophomore from Great Bridge. Pretty good size sophomore.
He really is a sophomore. What's Reed? What year is he? A senior?
I'm not sure.
Check our program.
Maybe not. All right, we'll take a look at our other program here.
The fall here by by Kempsville would make it very interesting. And I don't think you're going to see another team challenge Great Bridge like Kempsville is in this dual meet.
No points scored so far after the first half minute of the first period. Guth could use a win here, boy. It would do a lot for his confidence.
He's just a sophomore. I tell you, he's going to have to really wrestle hard. He's one of the stars of the future, but Reed's pretty tough. I mean,
Reed seems to have a little bit of a reach advantage.
Yeah, it seems to be a reach advantage. He's not intimidated at all. This is one of those toss-up matches. Either one of these guys is capable of winning it. There's no favorite in it at all.
We talked before, Frank, at the Virginia Duels about Joey Guth's football career, and I can tell you something. You don't want Joey Guth to tackle you because he punishes guys. when he hits them out on that football field. .40 seconds. Guth gets the takedown. Here in almost the last, what's the last half minute?
31 seconds to go, and again, anytime you put a Kempsville or a Great Bridge guy on the bottom, look for fireworks to occur. They bumped him. Slips that arm there to stop the roll. And he's crowding him with his hips, kind of scooting his hips out. He's not able to do it. That ankle, see him holding the ankle there? That's what's stopping him. If you're doing it on your dog or cat, you got to get that far paw. Oops. And
there's the 2 reversal points for Reed. And just in the nick of time, as time expires here in the first period, with the score tied 2-2.
The dumpster making his paces.
He's ready. He's intense.
He likes big match situations. He's just telling his whole body, okay, arm, get ready, leg, come on, we're going, here we go, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Also trying to wake that head up.
I heard that he got like a case of Old Spice after. See that stuff that wakes you up in the morning?
That could be.
I'm just kidding, I don't know that. Sounded good though. Trying to look for a Turk here, Joey Garth. This Lipton's trip, nice little, whoa. Double grapevine.
There's 2 points right there for Reed.
Trouble. And he comes out of it. It's just going to be one of those matches.
But
so it's
3 back points.
3 and 2. So 2 for the reversal, 3 for back points. That's just an experience.
And that's going to make the score 7-2. In favor of Jeremy Reed.
The fans are intense.
Yeah, they are. But I'm sure you're used to that. A lot of referees sitting in the stands, Frank.
A lot of referees on the monitor right now. Yeah, been on both sides of the coins there, you know.
That's right.
And yeah, there are a lot of everybody's here. A lot of referees,
a lot of coaches,
a lot
wrestlers,
of coaches, a lot of wrestlers,
scorekeepers.
Really?
You're right. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place.
Might even be a few announcers here.
Really? Oh, he did a turn in. Didn't get it. Great angle. Snap back. Nope, can't get it. Second period. If he turns him one more time and gets 3 points, that'll give him 1 bonus point, which will put Kempsville in a position to win the match with a fall. If the match ends right now, Kempsville would be in a position to tie the match with a fall.
Right. And Coach Martin tells him stand up and get 1, no rolls. Because he knows the trouble that a roll could get Guth into. He'd rather just take away the bonus point situation.
That just took the bonus situation away, but it's just the second period. 5 seconds left to go.
There's the escape point. That'll make it 7-3 in favor of Jeremy Reed. Jeremy Reed's shoulder seemed to be hurting him a little bit here. And they'll start the injury time here. The trainer comes out, has a word with him, and we'll take a look at that shoulder. Member of the Kempsville medical staff, as her sweatshirt says.
I tell you, 7-3 is the score here. Kempsville's got to put some more points on the scoreboard to try to make it as close as possible going into heavyweight. Obviously, the Dumpster ranked number 1 in the area, 2nd in the state last year. He's got to be the heavy favorite. But heavyweights.
Anything can happen.
Heavyweights. Anything can happen with the heavyweights. And once you get a heavyweight on their back, they're a lot easier to pin than the smaller guys because they're loose and they're wiry. Heavyweights, they're big, you know,
right.
They're big, kind of like you.
Kind of like me, that's right.
Like you. You know, and if you put me on my back, I would just be a little ink spot. No. But that's important, and I want to go back to what we said early on about Dynamo and the other guys. Hey, that's how you beat a good guy. You pin him.
Put him on his back.
Doesn't matter what the score is when a fall is registered. There's an escape. Makes it 8-4. 7-4, excuse me. 7-4, thanks to Derek Lapoli, our statistician here, keeping us at track.
That's right, yeah, I'm glad he's here.
Me too.
Minute and a half.
See him grabbing the headgear? See him reaching in there? Watch this.
There's a stall warning against Jeremy Reed.
He had his headgear. You couldn't see. He had his grip right on it.
Not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do it. The referee, Bob Simon, wasn't in a position to see it. We just had a good angle.
Right.
Trying to do a barrel roll.
And there's the 2 points for Joey Guth. That'll make it 7-6.
He's going to turn him. He's going to turn him. He's got his hands locked.
And he turns him loose.
Makes it 8-6. Try to put it into overtime. I think conditioning is coming into play here now.
Unbelievable. Guth with a 2-point takedown here in the third. That'll tie it up at 8. And now he's turned him. He's getting the back points, Frank, with 30 seconds.
He's going to pin him.
Oh, yeah, he's got a chance to pin him. I've got a great angle from here. He's got 22 seconds, and he does it. Joey Guth registers a fall with 20 seconds to go in the third period.
Match is over. Fat Leggy singing. Pin ends it. Came from behind. Came from behind.
How about that? Quite impressive there from Joey Guth. And as you said, Frank, there's one of the stars of the future.
Right. That's how you beat a good guy. You deck him.
33 to 18, the team score right now. And here, the Dumpster could maybe help Great Bridge out here with a pin because, again, it's not the teams that you beat. If you're ranked 6th in the nation, you're supposed to beat people.
Oh, right.
It's by how much. And that's going to affect their national ranking sooner or later.
Great Bridge needs the points. Now, this is, again, talk about stars of the future. I believe this Kempsville wrestler, Eaton, I think you're going to hear a lot from him. He's just a sophomore, I believe.
Is that right?
And I refereed him against Bayside. He got beat, but he was impressive in the process.
The Dumpster quite intense.
Oh, yeah, there's a Dumpster with his underhooks. That's what he does, and he'll snap him down.
That's the heavyweight move.
Yep. Underhook is how you wrestle with heavyweights.
There's 2 takedown points for Jason Edmondson. Wrestlers go out of bounds. They'll come back with 1:18 to go in the first.
Here's a Dumpster in a neutral, what they call an international position here. Lets him go. That's it. It's over. You got to let go of his head. Got to let go of that head. He did it. Now he's going to turn him. Still not. Slip a half Nelson right in there. There's the half. Now he's going to hit him with his hips. And he's done it. And he's going to reach over, get the elbow. And now that's it.
That's it.
There's the fall. And the match is over. That makes the final score. There's a fall by Jason Edmondson, and that makes the final score 39-18 in favor of Kempsville, #1 ranked team in the area.
And I'll tell you what, Frank, I think what's going to, when we look back on this match, the thing that's going to make this seem like more of a blowout than it was, really, or than it would have been, was the Joey Guth pin of Jeremy Reed at 189. He came from behind, didn't really, he had only scored 3 points going into the final period, where he racks up some points. He's able to tie it up at 8, and then pins Jeremy Reed with 20 seconds to go. And I think that match is what's going to make this thing seem like more of a blowout than perhaps it actually was.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you there. I tell you what, on the other side of the coin, hey, Kempsville made a match of it.
They sure did.
I mean, they were right in the thick of it going into the 189-pound weight class, and they might have even been put in a position to win if they had gotten the fall at 189. Of course,
Mickey's got Guth and Edmondson.
Let's go over to Mickey Irving, who's with Joey Guth and Jason Edmondson. Mickey?
Wildcats finished up very strong tonight. Joey Guth and Jason Edmondson here. Joey, tell me what happened. It didn't look good at first.
Yeah, well, I was down, and I just knew I had to come back because I don't like being in those situations. And I just had to dig in deep and get it.
You got the big pin. This is getting to be a habit with you there, big Jason Edmondson right here. Jason, it didn't last long. Tell us what happened.
Well, you know, when we had a couple guys lose, like Shane Darnell and Labisha Costa, it kind of fired me up, you know. But I had to keep my composure till the end. And when Frank Smith got decked, that kind of pumped me up. And I saw Guth was down, and I said, there's another win. That's just enough to pump me up some more. But then he decked his guy, and that really got me going. I mean, and I went out there to kill.
It looked like early on the fans kind of got you a little fired up over here. The Kempsville fans pretty loud out here tonight.
Yeah, they were, you know, antagonizing us, you know, egging us on. And when Jamie Kelly won, you know, he pointed to the crowd because they kept on, you know, bar low, bar low. And when Kelly beat them, that kind of ticked them off, and they were all, yeah. And when I was going, yes, we're #1, they started calling me names and stuff, which fired me up even more.
So a big win for the Wildcats here on the road. I'd like to thank Joey and Jason. Pretty tough combination, the last two wrestlers for Great Bridge. Back to the table for Richie and Frank.
All right, thank you very much, Mickey. We appreciate that good information. Mickey running all over the place tonight. Let's run through it right quick. Shane Darnell, a winner at 103 for Great Bridge. At 112, Brian Miller, 8-6. Carl Perry, a winner, 7-1 at 119. 5-3, Danny DeReese beats Labisha Costick, and definitely, Frank, one of the most emotional matches tonight.
Oh, no question about it. That was an emotional match, and I think that set the pace of the match for both teams. Kempsville made a great run for it. They were in a position to win the match going into 189-pound weight class.
Brian Jones wins 130, wins 10-1. Shannon Baines, a #2 ranked wrestler, gets a fall with 1:17 to go in the second period. Then Brian Palmer gets a fall at 140. Mark Strickland with a technical fall at 145. Carlos Easons wins 6-2, and also an emotional match because we had two guys that saw each other last year in the state. In the state match, but Carlos Easons wins 6-2 and maintains his #1 ranking in the area.
I tell you what, with Easton's match, you know, Easton gets decked in the first period in the Christmas tournament, comes back, controls the match, tough go of it, got 2 back points quick, and then coasted from there.
It sure did. Jamie Kelly wins at 160 at 171.
With Kelly, I just want to mention, I think the big match situations that Kelly was in came through, and the conditioning came through for Kelly in the win over Barlow.
Right. And then finally, Frank Smith beaten by David Lufton, but Lufton came in #2 in the area, 171. He gets a fall. And then finally...
Lupton put Kempsville in a position to pull it out, at least made it in a position to make the match close.
And Joey Guth at 189, and a lot of excitement there. Jason Edmondson wins at heavyweight, and that's about all the excitement. Great Bridge High School to see the Cox Falcons take on the Wildcats, and we'll get to talking about those two teams in a few minutes. But